Hi, today I'm going to give you 5 of my top UCAT preparation tips. Keep listening if you want to find out how your UCAT can set you out from the crowd, the secret to cracking those 15-second questions, and why you should be working smart, not hard. By the end of this video, you should have a UCAT preparation plan that makes sure you do the very best on test day. UCAT preparation was something I did a lot of, and it helped me get a score that was in the top 10% for my year. Hi everyone, my name's Jess from Medic Mind. I'm a 4th year medical student at the University of Birmingham. If you'd like to learn more about UCAT preparation, BMAT preparation, interviews for medical school and all that kind of stuff, check out the links below and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss anything. So keep watching to find out my 5 top tips for UCAT preparation. Have you already done your UCAT and have any tips for other people? Or are you looking to take your UCAT this summer? Let me know in the comments down below. UCAT stands for the University Clinical Aptitude Test. It used to be called the UCAT back a long time ago when I took it, but now it's used all over the world by medical schools to try and rank applicants. And for some medical schools, it can be the only thing that determines whether or not you get an interview. One of the most important things you can do for a good UCAT score is prepare. And that's why I'm going to give you my 5 top tips. Number 1 is understand the process. The first step of your UCAT preparation should be understanding what the UCAT is testing you on and what kind of format that will be in. The best starting place for this is the UCAT website, ucat.ac.uk. The very basics of this that I can tell you now is that there are 5 sections: verbal reasoning, abstract reasoning, decision making, quantitative reasoning, and situational judgment. Once you've got yourself familiar with these sections and the kind of tasks that they entail and the way that they're scored, you can start to focus on each one to prepare effectively for your UCAT. The UCAT website itself also has tips on how to plan your preparation too. Tip number 2 is divide and conquer. As someone who's tried it themselves, I can guarantee you that trying to do a whole UCAT practice test on your first day of preparation is not the way to start. It will leave you feeling stressed, demotivated, and probably quite tired after trying to concentrate for a whole 2 hours. We're going to talk a bit more about how you should manage your time preparing for the UCAT later in the video as well. But the thing about the sections of the UCAT is that each one's testing a different thing. And once you understand the kind of logic behind that section, you can then tackle any question within it. So I'd recommend focusing on each section on its own until you've really mastered it. If you take the quantitative reasoning section as an example, the level of maths that you need is probably about a good pass at GCSE, but the most important part is being able to understand what the question's actually asking you and what mathematical operation it wants you to do. Problem solving is the bit that you really need to make sure that you can answer quantitative reasoning questions quickly and efficiently. If you check out the links below, we've got pages for each of the sections of the UCAT that you can check out too. And if you're finding one section particularly difficult, which isn't unusual, you might benefit from Medic Mind's one-to-one tutoring, where you can go through the questions at your own pace and get help where you might need it. My 3rd tip is about timing. One of the most daunting parts of the UCAT is the fact that it's so heavily time pressured, and practice is key to getting your speed up and being able to get through the whole paper within the 2 hours. So thinking about time management from the start will be one of the most important parts of your UCAT preparation. If you think about the entire exam, you've got 2 hours total, so 120 minutes, and that's 120 minutes to do 232 questions. It's a time pressure that you probably haven't worked to before. So the breakdown for the sections is 22 minutes for verbal reasoning, 25 minutes for quantitative reasoning, 14 minutes for abstract reasoning, 32 minutes for decision making, and 27 minutes for situational judgment. So this is why one of the key parts of your UCAT preparation should be practicing to time. From relatively early on, start your stopwatch and see how long it takes you to do the questions. I know for me, I struggled a lot with quantitative reasoning. I found that no matter how many times I did the section, I would still be left with 2 or 3 questions at the end that I still hadn't even looked at. But by practicing to time, I knew that this was one of my biggest weaknesses, and it meant that with enough practice, by the time I got to test day, I was able to do the entire quantitative reasoning section with time to spare at the end. Working to time can make sure you know which places you're less efficient on in the UCAT, and then you can use our specific tips for that section to help yourself get faster. Tip number 4 is to take practice exams. Taking a practice UCAT is the best experience of what it will be like on the day. And it's really nerve-wracking having to go to a test centre that you haven't seen before. So if you're as familiar with the paper as possible, at least there'll be one thing that doesn't have too many surprises. One of the best places to find a UCAT mock exam is the UCAT website, where you can familiarise yourself with the question and layout of the exam, and also get to grips with the realities of having to concentrate for 2 hours straight. If you want to take your exam prep to the next level, Medic Mind's tutors can go through a full mock UCAT with you to go through in depth in any questions that might have confused you and make sure that they don't faze you next time. So we're on to my final and most important UCAT tip. But before I go on to that, don't forget to look at the links in the description below for more in-depth videos about acing the UCAT. Stick around to the end and I'll give you one final bonus tip too. Tip number 5 is work smart, not hard. As I said earlier, the UCAT is probably unlike any exam you've taken before, and you can find yourself doing question after question and you're just still not getting any of them right, and it's really easy to get overwhelmed. That's why effective preparation is key to success. UCAT even say on their website that the very highest test scorers spend about 25 to 30 hours preparing, and no, I don't think that's just a 2-day bender the day before the exam. What's key is splitting your practice into manageable chunks, say an hour or 2 for the month before you take the exam. And you need to make sure you're focusing on your weaknesses, not just the parts that you find easy. Everyone will naturally have a section that they find less difficult, so don't be afraid to prioritise your revision for sections that you find more difficult to make sure that you can score the very highest in every section on test day. I'll give you my final tip to help your UCAT prep, and it's start early. Almost every medic and dental student will have to take the UCAT, and questions like verbal and non-verbal reasoning might be something that you've never seen before. Just take the time to have a Google and look at what the sections look like. You might have never seen verbal or non-verbal reasoning questions before, but they're actually quite common and used in a lot of different exams other than the UCAT. If you just take the time to Google and familiarise yourself with the format of these types of questions, you're already one step ahead. If you want to learn more ways to improve your personal statement, UCAT, BMAT score, and all that kind of stuff, don't forget to subscribe and hit the round bell. And if you found this useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with any friends who might be taking the UCAT as well. Do you have any UCAT top tips? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the Medic Mind website for our online UCAT course. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.